So this is one order right here. That's another order. That's an order, and this is an order. These are separate. Separate all the orders. That way, I got stuff in the back. That way, whenever it goes out, you'll be able to scan it quicker. Roger 99465 over, RIB, over. Scouting 2 fire trucks. Name of business, Autumn Leaves. Once again, Autumn Leaves. It's an ambulance and a fire truck, probably elderly. Over. Visual and elderly. Visual over. Visual Overwatch at 6S1 Harris. S1 Harris, Overwatch. Over, RIB. 669405. We have a Harris Parkway 6700 cross at Dutch Branch 7200. 1 ambulance and 1 fire truck. Over. Copy. .599 releasing. Alright, so that should send out a little signal. It takes time. It takes time to find the signal. It takes time to find the right artwork. It takes a lot of time before the revolution begins. But you got to find the right signal, the right sign. So that might or might not be. I'm still trying to feel it. I think it may be the right sign. Felt good that time. It's all how it feels. All the way from wherever that's from. It ain't Texas.
I'm waiting for my man. $26 in my hand. Up to Lexington, 125. Feel sick and dirty, more dead than alive. I'm waiting for my man.
Roger 105, this is RIB. We have a drug dealer in front of us from Pennsylvania. License plate LSX 2424. This is a dangerous drug dealer, probably fentanyl. The time right now is 402, sorry, 402. The location is right here. It's going to be Alta Mesa Boulevard. It's in Fort Worth. They have dangerous fentanyl in that vehicle right there. I believe it's probably a woman driving the vehicle. They're from Pennsylvania, as in PA. I have them locked in right now. Going for radio. 403. It is Monday, April 7th, 2025. The year is 2025. They're located right there where it says 20 miles per hour. They just braked their lights right there. They have been located. They're from Pennsylvania. The license plates ends in 2424. They're in this area right now. I'm trailing. That's going to be dangerous fentanyl in that vehicle right there. They're braking right here where it says slow down on wet road right here. That's the vehicle. They're from Pennsylvania. It's a woman driving the vehicle. I have them located. The type of vehicle is a Murano. It's Murano. It's an SL. The license plate is LSX 2424. They're from Pennsylvania. They're right by Pecan Valley Golf Course, city of Fort Worth, beside Pecan Valley and Lakeside. They're going right by the dam. This is a well-known place for drug drop-off. Right next to this golf course. It's probably fentanyl. Pennsylvania has a horrible problem with it. Right passing Cedar, they're on Lakeside Drive. The time is 4:04 p.m. It's Monday, April 7th, 2025. We're passing Pecan Valley West Circle. That's probably where she was going to make the drop. They were probably going to make the drop right there where the, I guess where the, I don't know what that is. That's like a picnic, or by Clear Fork Road. And there is a dam right there. They're carrying fentanyl in that vehicle. And they're probably armed and dangerous. It's a female driver. She's tailing, that's how I know. She's tailing the red vehicle right there. Well, no, she's pulling back right now. The red vehicle is, I don't know what that is, but she's tailing them about a car length behind. LSX 2424 is the license plate. It's a Nissan Murano, spelled M-U-R-A-N-O, Murano, and it's a SL. I don't know, I'm not familiar with the dealership. Fred Anderson dealership, which comes out of Pennsylvania. It's dangerous fentanyl in that vehicle. They do have children in the vehicle. One of the child is, I believe, African American, basically in a car seat in the back behind her. She's driving straight right here. She is nervous, and she is going pretty much on the tail of the other vehicle. So she's staying on the tail of the other vehicle. Over. We're gonna go to radio. 4:06 p.m. Monday, April 7th, 2025. I'm only going to give direction on where they're headed. There is an underage, well, there's probably a toddler in the back seat. They'll probably be going to the left. At least they get the message, and they'll probably go straight. I have to go left, so here's all the information I can give you. They're in Lakeside Drive, Fort Worth. There's dangerous fentanyl in that vehicle. It's a Nissan Murano SL. Looks like she's trying to get on the phone. Yeah. The kid is in the back seat. He's right behind her. It could be a missing kid, too. She'll probably go left. Yep, she's going left. Lakeside is the road in Winscott. Probably Winscott Road will be the last that I see of them until she goes straight. I'll have to turn right here. So that's the last I can report of them. She looks like she might be reaching for something. Yeah, she's looking for something, probably a phone. She's on something. She's looking around, she's looking that direction. Okay, now she's no longer trailing the red vehicle. All right, so she's probably intoxicated. We're going over this way. I'm sending to the right. We are gonna release them. They're gonna go straight on this road right here. Just notice this because they may follow the same pattern or a similar one. The area is Winscott Road, Fort Worth. They're staying on the left-hand side. They are being released, rib over, and we'll be turning right this way. I'll be turning on Sproles, S-P-A-R or S-P-R-O-L-E-S, Sproles, and they're going down that way, which I guess is Winscott. I don't know. All right. Cowboy Church. That's 1315, or no, 1305. Okay, I see. That's 1307, then it goes 1309, then 13, probably 11, then 1313. There we go. Yeah. It's like the postal service. This right here, yep, you should have two, 1 and 2. Let's see, that's 1, that's 2 right there. Yeah, that's that one. If they have the 2 addresses, it's easy to figure out. He's a nice little doggy. Scottish guy. A Scottish guy on a bike right there. Now don't go under these underpasses, they'll get you. They don't wait for very long. You want to stay on the outside of it, about like here where the guest parking is. Probably like right over here. It's right next to the river, right down there. Barely can see it. And we're gonna go down this way right here. All right, we'll have to wait for the audition. I need to find Epsom salt tonight because we're gonna work on it tonight. Hey, I sent up chapter 66. That's where Jed is talking to Poopy and Droopy about the HKMP 74A1. You always want to say HKMP. HK is just a brand. It's Heckler & Koch. And it's the MP is the, I guess I mean submachine gun on that. And then the 7 is the type. The 7A1 is the new brand. So it's HKMP7A1. It's always A1 on a new brand on a military style weapon. They did it with the M16A1. They called it the Sweet 16. Did that back in the Afghanistan time. They reintroduced the M16 during the 30-year war. Yep. in Vietnam, it would break down. The new one never broke down. It was a good gun. Still is today, but they don't use it. They use the HK MP7 4A1, and they use the Macmillan. All right, this looks right. Or this one over here. It's probably gonna be this one. Nope, it's that one. Big load, boys. A big load. When I mean boys, I mean men. It's gonna be that one right there. Yep, we're good to go on that. We're gonna bring everything and drop it off. And it's no small package. This is a big Walmart dropper. Foot's getting a little bit better. I soaked it in this little thing that I have. It's like a foot soaker. It vibrates and you put water in it. Linda got it for me. And it helped a little bit. But I skipped on the jog today because they're going to have to try to work on it. I have to get Epsom salt tonight. We're going to soak it and maybe we might write, well, we got to deal with all this vlog footage. So we're going to have to wait for chapter 67. That'll continue with Jed probably training them. Those chapters are probably going to continue. We might try to find a better path. Go down this way. Still haven't figured out if Jed was a Jimi Hendrix impersonator or if he was just a headbanger. Probably both. Even if I went with Brad Pitt on it, I'd probably still make him a Jimi Hendrix impersonator. Like got real tan. Did the whole Jimi Hendrix thing. Because in Seattle, they love Jimi Hendrix. So he probably made some money. That's why he was so talented. I think he went off and joined RID in Alaska. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this one first. We're gonna haul it through that apartment complex up to her doorstep. Okay. I wish for RID to be made into a major motion picture. Shepherds of Alaska. I even messed that up. Shepherds of Alaska is a better title. So it's all there. What's that? It's weight in gold. Only salt's more valuable. It's actually sugar. But salt is very valuable. They used to pay people in salt back in the Roman days. You could be paid in salt. That's sugar. There's angels, boss. Them angels. Did not get to talk to her about the New Liberty Party. It was a big drop. So I did get to talk to her about charity. So we were able to talk to her about charity. My hat was covering it. So we were able to talk to her about charity. Just an intention. So sometimes we can only talk about a principle. You can't always mention the New Liberty Party and everything, but you can mention faith. You can mention hope. You can mention love. And you can also mention that we're moving towards a charitable nation. But I think she got the idea. So she got my information and everything's there. For some reason, I thought you could manually override, but on some of these, they don't allow scanning. So I had to turn everything around and go through everything. I found the last sticker on there. Thank goodness I was able to scan it. Because sometimes you're not able to, and I've been in that situation. You have to do a confirmed return, and that's a big headache.
1, 2, 5, go! I was at 3, 5, 0, 1, 2, 5, go! never really had a problem because of leaving. But everything reminds me of her this evening. So if I sing a little out of it, everything reminds me of her. Spinning the earth and build a silhouette of the sun on the steeple. And I gotta hear the same sermon all the time. Hosted, everything reminds me of her. Everything reminds me of her.
I'm gonna Colorado until I love my head. I'm going to New York City, that's a New York friend. I'm going to Arizona, sex on the rocks, so warm and red, and we all know. Going up to Alaska, gonna get off, start fucking free, and we all do. Truckers, atlas roads, the ways, the freeways, highways, don't know. The bus from the bird on my dash. I'm going up over to Montana, got yourself a trucker's atlas, you knew you were wrong. Maybe you'll go and blow a gasket, start at the northwest corner, go down through California, beeline, you might drive 3 days, 3 nights to the tip of Florida. I'm going to Colorado until I love my head. I'm going to New York City, that's some New York friends. Going up to Alaska, gonna get off, start fucking free, and we all do. I'm going up over to Montana, got yourself a trucker's atlas, you knew you were wrong. Maybe you'll go and blow a gasket, start at the northwest corner, go down through California, beeline, you might drive 3 days, 3 nights to the tip of Florida.
I don't know. I guess it doesn't say when, Scott, but it has that right there. I don't know. I mean, if you can read it, let me know. Usually you can tell about right here. So, I don't know why. Why bring that up if you're supposed to stay on the highway? Why bring that up? That has to be investigated. That could really hurt somebody. There it goes. So, I guess maybe it's right. I guess that's correct. It's got to be perfect. It's got to be perfect. And it's perfect notion.
No, this is not my guitar. some people had you call hypnotic eyes, the Scandinavian glow. I felt them like a flame, kindling my cold bones.
That's pretty much what it looks like right there. That's an FPIU, only it would have a ram at the front and lights on the top. That's a Ford Police Interceptor Utility. It's exactly what it looks like right there. Almost exact. Now, what they do with the people is they call it an Explorer. Explorer was a program that came out. Foster Harrington, who died in the 30-year war, he died on the second tour. He was part of the Explorer program. So what they did was they took that Ford Explorer and they turned it into what's known as an Interceptor. A Ford Interceptor. So basically what it was a Ford Police Interceptor utility truck, the one that just passed. Didn't get a profile of it because I was too busy talking. There's probably people there that there's at least one person or two people in there that have been killed by the police that are buried there by corrupt cops back in the day. Man, back in the day when they didn't have all these cameras and stuff, and they didn't have these, hundreds of people were killed by corrupt police officers in New York City and probably in Texas daily. Hundreds of them. Nowadays, it's very rare. Ooh, we got one. Did he make it? I don't know what he did. He froze. Whether he went backward or forward, I don't know. He probably got away. All right, we gotta avoid those squirrels when we're in Alaska, guys. I don't want a single squirrel killed. I don't want a single actor maimed. I don't want anybody hurt or sick. Make sure everybody's COVID tested. Make sure everybody is good to go and on the same page. We'll figure that out at the auditions. That's what Francis Ford Coppola figured out on Apocalypse Now. He figured out everybody's relationship, and he got one wrong. It was Harvey Keitel. He got him wrong, and he got rid of him and brought in Martin Sheen, and they were able to do the movie. Everything has to be in harmony. Everybody's got to be on the same page. The reason why Harvey Keitel didn't work out, most likely, is because he was part of the Marines, and Martin Sheen wasn't. Martin Sheen was part of the Marines. I'm sorry. Martin Sheen wasn't part of the Marines. It wasn't even a Marine character. It was a SOG character. They're special. They're basically like a study observation group. That was what Apocalypse Now was. It was a study and observation group. They studied and they observed the enemy. And they were to study them. But he was hired as basically an assassin to assassin Kurtz. So they had to make sure everybody was harmony. So they got rid of Harvey Keitel and they brought in Martin Sheen because he understood SOG better. He understood that special victims unit way better than Harvey Keitel. Harvey Keitel was wrapped up in the Marines. The Marines were always given the crappy equipment. They were to use instinct to kill their enemy. And that was what they wanted them to do. They gave them crappy equipment in Vietnam. They sent them out in the middle of nowhere with really no equipment at all. And they were to kill, kill, kill. That's what the Marine was trained to do. Even today, they're trained to do the same. They're the first sent, and then they're the first that will kill you. If you're watching this. They're the most dangerous enemy that we have. Ask Adam Driver. For he's a sworn enemy. That's why he played the characters he played. That's why Lucas had made him play the characters he played. Probably back here. Nope, around the corner. Somewhere around here. Yep, it's right here. We're good to go. It's a Baptist church at Benbrook. So if George faked it, right, and faked the video, which we don't know because I'm not going to be at the funeral, she could have been put in what's called witness protection for her protection, because that's the second husband that was her cop. One was a chief and one was a sergeant. They can put her in witness protection that way. If someone tried to take her life, then they would immediately fake her death and put her in witness protection. For all I know, Foster could still be alive. You never really know. Those things you never know. That's probably weed right there. They put it in that kind of stuff. The dogs can't smell through it. It's all over the place. This guy? That guy right there. His name's Shawn McDonald. And he used to sell marijuana. So he'd sell marijuana. There was a guy that kept knocking on his door saying, "Hey man, I want you to go to church with me." He played a little bit of guitar and he sold marijuana. And so he decided to go. He's like, "Okay man, I'll go with you." He had the money to go. He had the money to tithe and everything. There's a lot of you guys out there. So he went to church and he heard a sermon that spoke to his heart. That night, when he got home, he took all the marijuana, and we're talking about a lot. He dumped it. He just dumped it. Probably down the toilet. The next day, you guessed it, they smelled the marijuana on him at church. And the next day, the drug dogs were there looking for the marijuana. Guess what? It was gone. They couldn't find it. So they had to release him. He was detained. They searched his house or apartment. I think it was an apartment. And they found no marijuana. He was released. And he became Shawn McDonald.
This world I couldn't know, hold on, let me go, let me fly by. Sticking it stored out on my soul, cause I know what I need in my life. Don't let me lose my sight of you, and don't let me lose my sight.
solid hit. We'll have to see. So it costs to speak of the Lord. It costs. It's not free to talk about the Lord Jesus Christ. It does not, you don't get it for free. You have to pay. You have to carry that cross. You carry the cross on every word that you mention of Jesus Christ. You no longer hide like Peter, the rock of the church, for he was crucified upside down. He didn't want to be crucified the same way as Jesus Christ. You can't crucify me this time. You will not be able to crucify me this time. I have the mark. Because if I hung on the cross, I would be able to breathe for my people to get there. My lungs would not collapse, and my people would be able to get to me and take me off the cross so I can do the God's work. So I can do Jehovah's work. And we can have more than just faith. More than just hope. More than love. We can be a charitable nation again.
To the sky and turn my back on the awesome world and leave it all behind. This world is not my home. I must move on. Only leaves me with emptiness, tears in my eyes.
Now, I do mention Shawn McDonald, but Shawn McDonald is not going to come to Fort Worth and help that lady back there. He does not have the charity in his heart to do so. But he might send someone else to go find that lady by 7-Eleven and see if they'll talk to her. He might, if he can fit it in his schedule.
Gravity has pulled me to the ground, and I don't wanna fall away from you, no. Gravity has pulled me on down, and I don't wanna fall away from you.
So go on, Shawn McDonald. Live, laugh, and go on. Smell good. For I'll meet you in hell. Yeah, I think that's correct. That's Presbyterian. I've delivered probably $1,000 or more of pizza to them, all right over here. Probably more than $1,000, a couple $1,000 worth of pizza. They tip okay. They're okay. The Presbyterians are okay. They're not like the Baptists. They break out a calculator. The Baptists and the Jews and the Catholic, they all break out a calculator. Oh, you want a tip, huh? Hang on for a second. The Presbyterian, they just eyeball it. Here's a 20. Thank you. You just saved my life for the day. And my cat. My cat can eat. My cat is trained to smell drugs. Yep. Edmund can smell drugs. The reason why, there's a long story behind Edmund. He has been trained to smell all types of drugs. Heroin all the way to marijuana. He can smell from half a mile. From here to all where that building is back there. He can smell it all the way from that building. So if you have illegal drugs, that cat will bust you. It'll bust anybody. That cat is very valuable. Freaking Bukowski. It's a fob. We used them in the 70s. It's not a fireplace. Oh, it says Trinity. Okay, let's see. Let's see if it works. Okay, that's probably it. Oh, I really needed that, let me tell you. You are the man. You're gonna help me with this. That's the fob. That's the package. All right, he's got it all figured out in there. There is a murder. It's Miss Body in the package room. And it was with that item. I'm a Clue fan. Got it? Miss Body in the package room. You got it? I didn't do it. Miss Body was found in the package room with a fob, which hit her in the head. That's what that's called, a fob. Looked like a pipe, but it was a fob. Got a little thing on it that you swipe it with, and it opens the door. Man, that woman's got a body. She's probably like in her 60s. Yeah, she's from the 70s. She's old. Yeah. I'm like, dang. They do have there was a lady that had a baby. She was in her 50s, no fertility. There's no fertility. Well, there is fertility, but she didn't have any type of fertility drug. And she was in her 50s, and she did have a baby in her 50s. And I wanted them to test to see if Teresa was actually pregnant. But regardless, the lady was in her 50s. She did conceive, and she was pregnant. And this happened to like a 50-year-old. It can happen, even after surgery and things like that. What do they get usually? Get a hysterectomy? Yeah, they usually get hysterectomies. Now, when they pull the tubes, they have 1 in 1,000 chance of actually getting pregnant. Now, the oldest lady that's ever had a baby was in her late 60s, and she used fertility drugs. I think she was close to 70, and she was actually able to have a baby with fertility drugs. So a woman in her 50s can have a baby, even without fertility drugs. Once they get over 50 and they're in their 60s, they're going to have the fertility drugs in most cases. That's what it says on Google.
could make you smile if you stayed a while. There's not a long way you have to stay with me, baby.
So I get to listen to that song, but my sister doesn't. She gets to listen to beautiful music in heaven. She doesn't have to listen to the devil's music anymore. For she used to listen to it when she was younger, all the way probably to the moment of her death. But she doesn't have to listen to the devil's music anymore. And only the devil smiles. For I am he, the Messiah. I am the before and after. I am the Alpha, Omega. I return to claim justice on the lowly and the poor and the crippled and the deformed. This is my sign. We are still here to baptize and heal, but we're also here to find justice. And what is the opposite of poverty? It's not wealth, it's justice. We're here to find justice. Most of the songs I play are the devil's music. Every once in a while you'll get the real music, right? But most of it is the devil's music. For this, all of this belongs to him. It doesn't belong to us. Not yet. Not until the heaven meets the earth and the earth meets the heaven. After Armageddon, when God comes back, when Jesus Christ returns and claims the earth, then it'll be more like heaven, and we'll have new bodies, and we'll awake and join his army, and then we'll conquer the enemy, and then it'll be ours. Now it's not ours. It belongs to someone else. It belongs to a rebel with wings that exists at the bottom of hell. He cools all of this place, right? He cools all of it. Even his ventilators have killed millions. The worst thing for your voice is this right here. It's horrible for your voice. If you use these air conditioners, it's very bad. You don't want to roll this down. Because God created air conditioning with wind. But what I'm trying to say is that it doesn't belong to us yet. We have to wait till after Armageddon and after we conquer the enemy. Then it'll belong to us. All in God's time and with God's speed. Okay, we have a package we have to deliver.
Them's got eyes that them see. Turn your eyes to the Lord of the skies. Take the airline plane, it'll take you home again. To home beyond the sky. People guess, some say no and some say yes. Take some and leave some behind. Well, you should know, when to the airport go, leave your sins behind. Speaking speak, a lot of preachers preach when you lay their salary on the line. Well, the only earthly way is to bow your head and pray. You can fly to heaven on time, fly to heaven on time. Them's got ears that they'll hear, them's got eyes that they'll see. Turn your eyes to the Lord of the skies. You can take that airline plane, it'll take you home again. To home beyond the sky. It's empty, this heavenly airline plane to leave this world behind. You've gotta make that flight, maybe daytime, not the night. You can't see the way if you're blind. Them's got ears that they'll hear, them's got eyes that they'll see. Turn your eyes to the Lord of the skies. Take that airline plane, it'll take you home again.
I've seen where they didn't have a belt. That's another thing that we're gonna have to provide, are clean socks and belts, because a lot of them don't have belts, and they get so dang skinny. They came in, their pants are usually down to their ankles and stuff. They're trying to keep their pants up. The people starving because we're becoming a cashless society, and they can't hand them any money. Now, there are people still that have money. Yeah, there's people that have cash, but we're slowly becoming a cashless society where you have to give to their Venmo, or you have to give to something like that, because I don't have any cash on me to hand the guy $1 or something, you know, so he can buy a belt somewhere, and he doesn't have to wear his pants down to his knees. You know, that's all about Poopy. Poopy's you got to read about Poopy in Shepherds of Alaska, and my novel Rib (parentheses) or Dog Night Out (close parentheses) Shepherds of Alaska. Run, Forrest, run. Yeah, Shepherds of Alaska. It's really called Rib (parentheses) or Dog Night Out (close parentheses) dash Shepherds of Alaska. That's the name of my novel. Oh, that's where my grandma went to school. My grandma went to school right here. That was Pascal High School back in the day. They turned it into a technical school. That used to be Pascal. It was Pascal High School a long time ago. This lady just called me. I got to figure out.